Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I am so excited to have you here with me today, as always, and we have a guest all the way from California. Hi, Carmella. How are you today?
Hello, I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I cannot complain. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
So everybody come on in, get ready to share some great information. You'll have an opportunity to put comments in, ask questions as we get into our topic today. First, I would like to thank you for your continued prayers, your likes, comments, and shares, and everything that you do for Build Your Best Life. We appreciate everything. And hopefully this is streaming out on Facebook. I got a comment saying that Facebook has been in and out today. So if you're viewing via Facebook and it goes out, don't panic. Just go right on over to YouTube, Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith, and continue where you left off. So we have a great topic for you today, and we want to make sure that you get all of it. But you know how we start out here at Build Your Best Life. We want to get to know our guest today. So Carmella, please tell everyone all about yourself and what you love to do.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, thank you, Coach Deborah, for having me on. I so appreciate it. I am honored that to get the invite and to be in front of your audience, your people, your tribe. That is such an honor for me. So thank you. Thank you. So who am I? Well, I'm Carmella Rochelle, also known as Carmella Johnson. On social media, I am Carmella Rochelle. By profession, I am the founder of Arise Powerhouse and Arise Travel. Arise Powerhouse is a self-care program for Make It Happen women. Some people ask, well, who are Make It Happen women? It is just what it says. We are the women that make life happen. We take care of our family, our children, our companies, our business. Coach Deborah, I like to say that if a Make It Happen woman had a goat in the backyard, that would be the best kept goat in the world. But what about her? When it comes to her taking care of herself, she tends to push some things aside, Coach Deborah,
That's right.
and not do self-care on an elevated level. We go get our hair done, our nails done. Everything is done. But inside, in our finances, we're dealing with some things. So that's what I do. I'm the self-care architect for Make It Happen women. I help us take care of us. And then I have Arise Travel. It is a travel company where I teach people how to use travel as the vehicle to making their dreams come true. I'm the mother of 3 amazing young men. So my oldest is Brandon Freeman. He's a musician. My middle is John Sweetfeet Johnson. He teaches people, he teaches athletes how to be excellent athletes. And then there's Jalen Johnson, number one of the Chicago Bears. Yes. And I'm the grandma of three amazing, beautiful young baby girls. So that's who I am. And I love the Lord. He is like my, whew, the very air I breathe. I wouldn't want to breathe if it wasn't for Jesus.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. So all that is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Yes. So today we are going to talk about pain points.
Yes.
Pain points. And, as Carmella was telling us all about herself, and she was saying, how we take care of others, we do it, hey, at 110, but when it comes to us, we slack off. Some pain points. So there are a lot of things that we have that are going on, daily situations, family issues, life problems. Life just happens. So we have to explore those pain points, because if we don't, what happens? They get worse. They cause other issues. So it's good to try to reflect and realize, hey, am I taking care of myself? Is everything feeling normal? Am I thinking normal? Am I acting normal? So we're going to try to go into some of those things. And if you have questions, please feel free, put them in the comments and we will get to them. All right. So, one of the things is struggling with balance, because again, we got children, grandchildren, and now, I guess my age or whatever, you might have children, grandchildren, and you may even have parents or grandparents that you're taking care of. So you also may have to work. You may have a 9 to 5. You may have your own business in organizations, got a spouse. How do you balance all of that stuff? It can be a struggle. So, Carmella, what's one step to finally create balance when life pulls you in every direction?
Yes, I have a couple of steps for you, but I want to say first, I want to qualify myself just a little bit, because a lot of times people can hear information, Coach Deborah, but don't realize why they should even listen to that information. So I did leave out that by profession, I'm a mental health therapist, and I've taught psychology on a collegiate and university level for over 20 years. And so when it comes to this, as they say, I'm not new to this, but I am extremely true to this. So, in being a professor, I would like everybody to go get your pencil, your paper, so that you can take notes, because there's no way that, hey, now, because there's no way that you're going to be able to get all this information in one setting and just be able to digest it all. So make sure you're taking good notes. So let's go over a couple of steps. Coach Deborah asked, what are some steps? So what's one step that you can take or do that when you're trying to balance everything going on in your life? How exactly do you do that? Well, that's the first step, Coach Deborah, is to realize I can't balance it. That's not possible. And let me tell you why that's not possible. It's not possible to balance it because something is going to be more important at one point of time in the day or in your life or in your week than the other things. So let me give you an example. When you get up in the morning and you're trying to let's say that you have young kids or kids that you have to get ready for school. When you wake up in the morning, there is no balance because the kids are the focus to get them situated, out the door, get everything together so that your day can start off smoothly. You may even be like myself and wake up early so that you can have time with the Lord. When I'm having my time with the Lord, there is no balance, Coach Deborah, because I'm lasered in on what I need to accomplish that time, spend my time with him, pray, listen to what he's saying to me, give my day to him. So there is a fallacy and painting of a picture that there's going to be balance. No, there's not going to be balance, because at some point in your day, at some point in your week, at some point in your life, you're going to have to pay more attention to one thing or another. Now, what we can do is prioritize. What we can do is present situations and times placement in our life. So, for example, let's go back to the example in the morning with the kids. The kids are the Lord, the kids and family, the first priority in the day. Then there's you getting yourself together. Then there's getting to work or going to work or doing your business or whatever it is. For me, it's hopping on the computer, seeing what's going on with clients, seeing where they need me. So while I'm doing that, I'm not balancing other things. I'm laser focused in so that I can get that accomplished at a high level. A lot of times the problem, Coach Deborah, is we try to do that milkshake multitasking. We just put it all in and just shake it up and think we're going to be able to get it all done. Doesn't work like that. Some balls are going to drop.
Right.
However, if we catch the ball, hold on to the ball like a running back. If you hold on to that one ball, watch it as it's coming, keep your eye on it, catch it, hold on to it, run with it, then let the next people come in and do what they need to do. It's about prioritizing. That's how you balance.
Awesome. Let's see, we got any comments? Yes, Miss Carol. Yes, you have. Yes, you have to prioritize. Yes. All right. Well, great evening to Carol and Agnes. I see Deacon Holmes, Dan. Thank you all for tuning in. Deacon Holmes, there's probably some more of you out there that's not subscribed to my page, and so I don't see your name. So if you would hit subscribe, that way I will see you out there. And hi, Peggy. Thank you all for tuning in. And we are talking about pain points. Yes. So the next one is like overcoming fear and doubt. Fear of failure. We want to please everybody. We don't want to fail, but that often keeps people from moving forward, because what if I try and I fail? So we need to recognize what's going on. We push or do we stand? What is it that we're going to do? So how do you push past fear and self-doubt so it doesn't hold you back?
So let me give you an example or paint a picture for you first before I answer that. While answering that, when a baby first begins to walk, that baby takes steps. First, the baby's looking around and seeing everybody walking. It's doing like this. Whoa, everybody's walking, everybody's moving. And I'm sitting here. Then the baby's lifting, pick me up. But eventually the baby does this and it's trying to step. Does that baby fall? 100% of the time, do babies fall? Yes, they do. 100% of the time, when babies start walking, they fall. Do they stop trying to walk? Nope. So, should we stop trying to walk because we fall? No. What the baby does is, okay, all right. So, if it tried to hold on to the table and that table moved, that baby does not hold on to that same table. That baby will crawl over to another table, crawl over to the couch, test that couch and making sure that it's not moving. Okay. Wobble on up there and try it again. Exact same thing with us. It does not matter that we fall. It does not matter that we fail, because what happens is I call it refocusing, reframing. So when I take these glasses off, nothing's changed around me, but I see things differently. But when I put the glasses on, it changes the way that I see things, although nothing's changed. So we need to reframe and refocus what failure actually means. Does failure mean I'm no good? No. That just like that baby, that doesn't mean that baby is no good. Does failure mean that the child will never walk? No, it does not. What failure means is the baby has now learned the lesson what won't work. So if we reframe failure, now I know what won't work. Got it. Now let me try this. Aha, that didn't work. Okay, now let me try it this way. That didn't, now let me try it this way. Okay, I don't know any other ways to try, so now let me ask. So what happens is, quote unquote, failure has been framed as negative. However, failure, if you frame it right, even saying it sounds bad, but you actually have not failed. What you've done is learned what has not worked. Just like the baby learned, me trying to pull up on the tablecloth does not work. Let me get on the couch that won't move. Let me get on daddy's leg that won't move. Let me get on mommy's leg that won't move. That's how you get past it. That's one way. Just reframe it. It's not failure. It's what won't work. Another way to get past it is every single one of us has had some successes. Every single one of us has had some successes. So what you do is you create yourself a track record of successes. Because, for example, I got to go back to football because that's what I know. A running back that in the NFL, he knows what works. Now, there's some times when that gap is closed and he runs into big old linemen and can't move. But he also knows that if the right play is called and I hit that gap low enough, I'm out of there. I'm moving. So, for example, he keeps doing that, but he didn't always do that. In elementary school, if he played, he learned. Can't keep going inside. Sometimes I got to hit outside. Can't always hit outside. Sometimes I got to hit inside. Can't run into the big lineman. Sometimes I got to go up under them. Sometimes I got to go around them. He learned. Junior high school, he learned. JV, varsity, college, he learned. So when he gets to the league, now he knows what will work and what won't work. Because he set up a series of successes. Go back in your life, find your series of successes. Find the plays that you ran that worked for you. Everyone has them. Find your plays that worked. So now you're running those plays that are effective. And if the old plays are no longer effective, you still know that you can find plays that are effective for you. And you run them. And if you get tackled, okay, so now I know I can't run to the outside. Now I know I can't run to the inside. Now I know. Now you know what won't work. So those are my points in how to overcome fear of failure. You're not failing, you're learning what won't work.
That's good. That is so good. Because that experience, you're gaining experience, like you're saying. Yeah, I guess you saw the comment up there, Coach Carmella. You are gaining experience as those, I try it, it works, it doesn't. Look at Edison. He trying to invent that light bulb, all those failures he had. Now, what if he had stopped? How much longer would he have been in the dark?
We be sitting here in the dark. Because, Deborah, we be sitting here in the dark.
Yes. So I love it. That is great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I know y'all take a lot of notes. Again, if you have any comments or questions you want to ask, please put it in the comments. As we move along here. So now we're going to talk about a little clarity and direction. Clarity and direction. A common pain point is knowing what's next. What's next? Sometimes you can anticipate things. So how can someone gain clarity about their purpose or next step when everything feels confusing? I've been trying, I've been doing this, nothing's working. I know I gotta move. What? So Carmella, what strategies can help break procrastination and build momentum? You got to get it moving.
Okay. So, so tell me the question again, because we went from clarity and direction to breaking procrastination to get moving, because those are definitely different. Let me hit the breaking procrastination first. Let me hit that one.
All right.
So a lot of times we procrastinate when we're either in fear or when we don't know what to do. Okay. So, or when we have too many choices and we need to just pick one and do it. So there's three reasons why we procrastinate: fear, not knowing what to do, or too many choices. So first step is to analyze which one you're at. Is it that you're afraid to do anything at all? Or is it that you're not scared, you just don't know what to do? Or is it that you can do A, B, C, and D, and you don't know which one is the right one to choose? Let's hit the fear first. If you're fearful, I'll just tell you straight out what I do. I pray. Lord, this is scary to me. What in the world? What do I do? What am I facing? Am I fearing rejection? Okay, so then I know what you tell me about rejection. I know that I'm accepted by you. I know that I'm the beloved. I know that as long as I have you, all the rest of it, you got that. I know that I need to walk in love. So help me fight this fear, Lord, so that I can move. So that's one. Know if you're fighting fear. Know how to address fear. Most of the time, I did not say all the time, because there's this fallacy going around is fear is false evidence appearing real. Sometimes fear is real. Sometimes you're really fearing what you've gone through before and you know that it can happen again. So that's not always true. That's a colloquialism that we've just picked up. But there are times when you're fearing something that hasn't happened and your mind is just going to create it. And if that is the case, recognize that too. Actually sit down and look at it, write it out. This is what do I fear? Literally get your paper, write out, what do I fear? I fear A, 1, da 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 da. 2, da 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 da. 3, da 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 da. Write it out. And then really sit there and look at it. And ask yourself 3 questions. Has this ever happened? Most of the time we're going to say, no, that hasn't happened. And just the fact that you can say that, look at it and say that, you're going to be like, oh God, oh Lord, I don't know. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for myself. I just put a post out, Coach Deborah, that said, it said something resembling, we say no weapon formed against us shall prosper, but are we the weapon that's formed?
Ooh.
Fear, and then I told how we become the weapon, and that's by taking fear. So I have a glass of water right here. You guys never knew the water was there until I took it. I picked it up. I started manipulating it. I showed it to you. I told you about it. And that's what we do with fear. We take it. It's there. We pick it up. I'm scared. What am I going to do? I could fail. This and that. Da, da, da. Okay, but you haven't even done that before. You don't know if you can. You don't know. Okay. All right. I got my mind running here. Yeah. And then you control it. Literally. I will not walk in fear. And then you take the first step. You just move. You just take the step. Like the babies. Legs wobbling. And they take the step. Then they look like, ooh, hey, all right. Then they take it, hey, all right. And they keep stepping. Falling or not falling. They accept the fall. But the key thing too is they look around. Ever seen a baby fall and they actually like hit their head or plop down and they look up at mom or dad or sibling to see, what are you going to do? And if you start laughing, even if they were hurt, if you're like, yay, even if they cry, yay, okay. And then they do it again, even though it was uncomfortable. Right. So they have short-term memory of the fall, even if it hurt. Corners. My son is a DB. Two of them are DBs. They have to have real short-term memory, Coach Deborah, to get over fear, to get over procrastination. We have to have real short-term memory of what didn't work, of that it didn't work. Long-term memory of what didn't work, short-term memory that it didn't work, so that we can keep going. The other thing is, if you have too many choices, pick one. Pick one. You at the store, you need bread, you don't stand there for 5 hours. Butternut, brioche, wheat with seeds. I ain't got time for this. And you pick one. Pick one.
Pick one.
If it don't work, don't buy the bread again.
Yeah.
But pick one. Pick one. And let's move. Because you can't keep wasting time. So that's how you do it, Coach Deborah.
That's good. All right. That is so good. No questions, no questions. All right. I guess y'all loving this. All right. Oh, okay. When we get to talking about mental and emotional well-being. So when stress or anxiety takes over, what quick practices can someone use in the moment to gain calm and focus?
Okay, as a therapist, this is not going to be a quick answer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you said quick practices. So I'm going to set that, like I set my water, I'm going to set that one and come back to it, because first I want to get to why we have that stress and anxiety. So a lot of us, especially women, but some men have it too. We have PPS syndrome, people pleasing syndrome. PPS. We got PPS. And when we have PPS, we tend to say yes when we know we shouldn't. You know you don't have time to do that. But we don't know how to say no. So if you have PPS, write some of these responses down when you're asked to do something that you know you don't have time to do. You can say this: I would love to help you. Not love, but I would really like to help you. But in order to do a good job, I want to do a good job at it, but the time is just not there for me. It's just not there for me. So I can't say yes, because if I do, I want to be able to do a good job, and I cannot. The time's just not there for me. That's one way that you can phrase it. Would really like to help, want to do a good job for you. The time's just not there. So I can't do it because the time does not allow me to. Okay, 5 steps to that. So that's one. When we don't want to do something, we have the time, but we just don't want to do it for whatever. And whatever the reason you don't want to do it is good enough. Whatever the reason. Right now, I don't have the capacity. I'm just not at a stage where I have the capacity to do what you're asking me to do. And if they keep saying, going at you, I understand that you really need this. But right now, I don't have the capacity. And if it's somebody that cares about us, you can even put it back on them. And because I know that you love me and care about me, I know that you wouldn't even want me doing that right now, because I don't have the capacity. It's too much for me. So see how you took it? You owned what you could not do, but you put it right back on there. But because you care about me, I know that you would not want me to do something that I don't have the capacity for, and it's too much for me right now. Then there's times when, now y'all get ready for this one. There's times when we should help. We should do things. However, not in our own strength. So ask the Lord, is this something that I should do? And if it is, if he's like, yes, then say, well, you're going to have to do it through me. I'm going to need you to do it through me, because Lord, I'm just not in it. I'm just not in it. So I'm gonna yield to you, but I need your strength in doing it. And you look up and you have the strength in doing it. And then you can say, Lord, help me be a blessing and even enjoy being the blessing. But make sure you ask first, because a lot of times when we have PPS, we do stuff that, and we give things, we do things, we go places. God ain't told you to do that.
That's right.
And you can't pay your light bill. And he's like, wait a minute, I gave you the money for your light bill. And did I tell you to go buy that for them? Go buy that purse for them? Did I tell you to do that? Did I tell you to buy that purse for you? So I'm just saying, did I tell you to do that? So we have to be real mindful, ask him, just like we're sitting here talking, have a conversation, just ask him. So I said all that to say that a lot of times our stress comes from PPS because we haven't done those things. So those are some of the things that we can do that won't build the stress. Anxiety, a lot of times, can come from past wounds, things that have happened in the past. And you can tell when the anxiety of a situation, when things become too much for you, when past thoughts do what I call knock on the back of your head. And this is how they knock on the back of your head. Remember last time? It's called global thinking or retroactive thinking. This always happens to me. When you say that, that's global. Nothing always happens. Nothing always happens. So when you say this always happens to me, know that it's not the present thing that's causing the anxiety. It's the piling up of things in the back that have happened. And now they just tip over. This glass is only up to here. But if I filled it up to there, it's still not overflowing. But if I put enough in, if I just put one more drop in, but is it really the one drop that took it over, or is it all of this?
All of it.
It's all of this. So analyze your all of this when you're in a situation and realize it's not really that. It's not really that this just happened. It's not really that she just said that. It's not really that he just did this. It's really that I have not do what I call flushed, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's really that I haven't flushed or healed from the things in the back. Flushing is just like a toilet. When something goes in it, you flush it by talking about it, praying about it, dealing with it as it happens. If you keep piling things up in the toilet, Coach Deborah, what happens? It overflows. It overflows and crap goes everywhere.
What?
We're the same way. We're the exact same way. When we don't flush, something happens, we address it. Okay. Something happens, we address it. Okay. A lot of times we don't flush and we just let the embers. So it looks like we're going from 0 to 100 real quick. That's not true. You're already at 80.
Yeah.
Because you didn't flush. So those are some of the things that we can do that are more long-term. They're not really quick and immediate. The answering was realizing that you have PPS syndrome is kind of long because you have to analyze it. Why do I do what I do? Is it because I'm scared somebody's going to reject me? Is it because I feel like I have to work to be loved, work to be valued, be perfect to be loved, to be valued? Where did that come from? When did I first start feeling that way? And we just start analyzing and looking back at some things and realizing, that wasn't God. That's a pain point. That wasn't the Lord. That's a pain point. Pain points. That's when an injury happened, a soul injury, I call it. That's when your soul is the way that you think, the way that you feel, your emotions, and your will. Something happened that injured the way that you think, that distorted the way that you think. Something happened that injured or that hurt your heart, your will, your being. You were told you weren't enough. You were treated like you weren't enough. All these things can cause, when we get up here older, anxiety, pressure. I feel like I have to keep going in order for me to feel worthy of being loved, being accepted. Now, those take a little bit of time and some analyzing. Now to hit your original question, which was some quick points we can do. You can always respond when somebody says, will you? Or you feel like you have to get something done. Does this have to be done? If it's you, you can ask yourself, Carmella, does this need to be done right now? Right this minute? And if it does not, and I mean right this second, if it does not, just breathe. Just sit here for a second and breathe. Just don't move. Just breathe. Just take some time. Because time puts space, gives your heart, your mind, your energy space for things to come down. If it's somebody else, you could tell them, I hear you, but I'm processing. Give me a minute. I hear you, but right now, I just need a minute. Once you get that minute, might need to be 2 or 3. Might need to be 5 or 10. But you may even need to stay connected to the person, especially if you're in a conversation, they need a response, da, 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 da. I have not, and I do this often, I have not forgotten. But what I'm doing is processing. So that when I do respond, when I do answer, I'm not answering or responding off of emotion and feeling, but I'm really giving you a correct answer. Because if I answer now, and you can ask them, you want me to answer now while I'm emotional and it's not really, I could be just saying or doing anything? Or do you really want me to take some time, put it back on them? You want me to take some time so that I can answer you and give you what you really need? Because right now, because the way that my feelings are going, I can't. And you can even tell them, it's never good to respond off a feeling. You know that. So give me a minute. So that I'm not responding off a feeling. Just give me a minute. Another trick and key if you're in a conversation and it's kind of going and you got that anxiety, tell a person, just a minute. Let me write down what you're saying so that I can make sure that I hit all the points, because what you're saying is important. You're buying time. Go get the paper. Go get the pencil. Sit back down. Position yourself. And then say, okay, now go ahead. Start from the beginning so that I can write down all your points. 90% of the time, they cannot start from the beginning and hit all them points that way. Why? Because they were speaking out of emotion. They were acting out of emotion. And until you say that, they don't even realize. But once you say that, they're like, well, wait a minute. Then they got to start all over. And if they keep going too fast, say, just a minute. What you're saying is important. Let me make sure I got it. Write it down. And then after each point, this is what you say. Okay, let me make sure I got it, because I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. I'm understanding you to say, and then read off what you have on the paper. And if it's really what they said, okay, all right, thanks. Now let's go to the next point. What that does, it brings clear communication. It gives both of you time to breathe, or you even yourself in a situation. Even if you're in a situation, you're not in a situation with somebody else, but something's going on. Let me write this down. Write it down. Because no matter if it's in a conversation with somebody else or in an anxiety, in a situation that is eliciting anxiety or stress, you're giving yourself the time to actually process. And what that does, it slows your central nervous system back down to where now your breathing is different. The way that your neurons are firing off are even different in your brain, so that you can they can stop just doing this. Now they're okay. Now they're firing off the way they need to. Blood pressure's coming down some because you slowed down. That's how you do it, Coach Deborah.
Wow. I love it. I had to take my time and write that down. You gotta notice I gotta slow down a little bit. Taking type it over here, but I had to write that down.
Yeah, that's why I said go get your pencil, your paper, because y'all not gonna be. It took me. I'm 57, Coach Deborah. I started this in my 21, 22. It does not come, so it's not even possible to think or to put that on ourselves. Like we're just supposed to sit down, listen to something one time, gain all the information from it, then go out and use it. That's unrealistic. Don't put that on yourself. Get you some piece of your paper, write it down, go back, listen to it again and again, and then analyze it and think, and then listen to it again and write it down again. Yeah.
Make it clear. Write it down, make it clear.
Make it plain so the person can run with it. So I can run with it.
That is so good. And if you have just joined us and you have not heard all these nuggets, let me tell you, you need to go back and listen to this not one time, but probably 2 times, because I know I'm going to go back and listen. These are some excellent nuggets. Not saying this because, this is my bestie and I've known her for years. So hey, I just met her, but she is giving us some great insight into things that will help. Because I know when she said that PPS, and I'm like, wait, and what is that? Yeah, I think you suffer from that, girl. You better listen.
How that PPS syndrome will get us, Coach Deborah, to get us.
Yes. Yes, it will. That was so good.
Thank you.
So, and people, we do different things. And just like you said, with that, people pleasing, we want to make sure that we're doing what God wants us to do. But like you say, somebody says something, you're not analyzing it, you're not taking into account what you're already doing, what this is going to entail. Is this what God wants you to do? But you just, okay, all right. And then you're like, why did I do that? But it makes so much sense. Wait. Okay. I want to make sure I got this clear. I brought my iPad, but I want to write this down so I can really make sure I'm looking at it. Okay. So give me a minute. Okay, now start again. You want me to what it is exactly that you want me to do? To start from the beginning. And they probably look at me like, have you lost your mind? But no, I haven't.
They might. There's a good chance, Coach Deborah, that they will. And then again, you come back. No, I haven't lost my mind. What's happening is that and put it back on them again. What you're saying is important. You're important. So it's important to me to make sure that I understand. Put it back on them again. You wouldn't want me doing something I didn't really understand, right?
All right.
And of course, they're going to say no. No. Mm-mm. Now, there will be times when you will come into people who will say, it doesn't take all that. You should just know. You ought to understand. You did da. And that's when you just sit back and you just let them say all that they're going to say. Don't try to keep. See, a lot of times, for example, I pick my glass up. See how the water's moving?
Mm-hmm.
I set it down. And if I leave it down long enough and I just sit back, I let the water shake. It's slowing down. It's slowed down even some more. The water's still. What do I mean by all that? A lot of times we want to get all in the mix, in the water. Stop shaking water. Slow it down. Quick. No. Now who's in control? Is it the person that's going all off?
Mm-mm.
Is it the person that's, yeah, use it? Or is it the person that's just sitting back? Now, even if inside you, while they're doing all that, listen with your physical ear to them, but listen with your soul to you. With your, scratch that. Listen with your soul to them. Listen with your spirit to you. Let me explain. Your soul, your mind, your thoughts, you're listening to them to see, what is it? What are they actually saying? What's being said to me? Should I take this in? Should I repel it? Should I hold it off? You always, okay. Always, okay. That's invalid. That's invalid. I may do it sometimes, but I don't always. That's not true. So now your thoughts, your soul's your thoughts are telling you that's not even realistic. Okay, you're upset, you're hurting. Okay, I got it. So I need to address that when you calm down, when everything's a little calmer, because no matter what I tell you right now, it's going to hit off an emotional wall. So it's not going to go anywhere.
All right.
Now, when I say listen to yourself with your spirit, you're saying, okay, Lord, where am I right now? Lord, I need you to locate me. Like the Lord said, Adam, where are you? He knew exactly where he was physically, but where he was spiritually, he was disconnected from him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking yourself right there, Lord, where am I in this? Am I grasping a hold of something that's not of you that I should repel right now because some crazy stuff is being said to me? Should I even respond and say, in Jesus' name, that's not true? What do I do right now, Lord? Where am I? Is this tapping on a previous hurt, Lord, right now, and I'm just sucking this up like a sponge? What should I do right now, Lord? Where am I? So when you're sitting back and you're just letting them do whatever they're going to do, whether it's in an office where you're in a meeting and people are just going, or whether you're in a one-on-one conversation, whether you're in a family, whatever it is, withdraw and sit back. Do you hear me? I'm listening to every word you're saying. Who has the power?
Mm-hmm.
Take your power. And your power is not always in upping, going over somebody. Most of the time, your power, you take it back and you sit with it. And it becomes so big, it's sometimes hard for other people to deal with.
That's good. Awesome, girl. Awesome. When you coming back? Oh, boy. Yes.
It's a
Great.
lot. It's a lot. But it's not, it's one of those things, Coach Deborah, I teach my coaching clients, or I teach the women of the powerhouse, or whether it's on a podcast, whether it's one-on-one coaching, whether it's group coaching, whether it's power sessions that I have, no matter what it is, whether it's one-on-one relationships, whether it's Bible study or whatever. I think a lot of times people think I should just automatically know something. I should just automatically know. Why don't I know? Why don't I know? It's not about why don't you know, because you know something that I don't know. I am 100% positive, Coach Deborah, that you know something that I don't know. And it is so unfair for me to put on myself. Why don't I know what Coach Deborah knows? Why didn't I know that? Why didn't I know? Because I'm not Coach Deborah. Because Coach Deborah's Coach Deborah. Because I'm Carmella and I was over here in this bucket while Coach Deborah was over here in that bucket. So the thing about it is, if we share what's in our buckets, what we've gathered over the decades, now I've put in this bucket and in these buckets over decades and decades and decades. Age teaches you some things. And hopefully along the way, that age, the years, the living, you've turned that information into wisdom. And now you can give it while at the same time, take it, receive it, so that again, you can give it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, as we get to the end here, tell us, how can setbacks actually set you up for success?
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. This is one of my favorite questions. I saw this question. I said, ooh, wait. Setbacks give you connection points. Let me explain that. So, as a therapist, the first, I guess, set of sets or population or identified client, whatever people want to call it, that I would treat was families that dealt with abuse or that had abuse in them, or sexually abused clients. Why? Because that was my connection point. So some people would say that was a setback. How could you, da 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 da, you were hurt like that and you got issues or all this stuff. No, 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 no. That's not it. That's not it. Once I go through healing, that setback was not that experience was not a setback. It was a setup, because now I have a connection point with someone who's gone through the same thing. So it's not a setback, but it set me up even for my profession. It set me up. It's gotten me indoors and with people in places that I wouldn't have been in. So a lot of times we think because something negative has happened, we've lost something. This weekend I went to a convention for my travel company, for my travel business. I ended up talking to somebody because I was hot. I was honest, open, and transparent. They asked if I had a question. I went to the mic, broke down crying in front of about 3,500 people, women. But it wasn't a setback. And I talked about my quote unquote setbacks, but it wasn't a setback, because a person that I had never spoken to before, I'd seen her on TV, I'd seen her different places. The woman took time to minister to me. It was a setup, but I had to get out of that chair, walk up there, be brave enough to be hot, honest, open, and transparent, speak on it, and then allow myself to be poured into. So see, a lot of times we look at the negative things that have happened as setbacks, but they're not. They're setups for success, because if we use them in the right way, they can put us in places that we never would have been before. They can expose us to people that we never would have had access to. They can sit us at tables that if we hadn't had those experiences, we never would have been seated at the table. Queen Esther never would have been in the palace. She was 15. That 15-year-old girl was going off to marry a grown man she never met, because she lived with an uncle because her parents had died. It wasn't a setback. She was an orphan. 15-year-old little girl that went to live with a grown man that she'd never met. And look what she was able to do. So was it a setback, or was it a setup? I believe that it was a setup for success, to build her best life. And boy, did she have one. Up to a half of the kingdom. Oh, hey, King, I got you. Up to half, I'll take 49.999%.
Right.
I got you.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great talk. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Again, make sure that if you were not here for the entire pain points, that you go back and listen. Please make sure that you share with others so they can get this. And I don't know when, because this is a busy lady, but she's going to be back this year so we can talk about some more of this good stuff. Because I do believe, I'm laughing, but really, this type of information is just so helpful. And it seems that more that people need it, the more they shy away from it. And that's why we are seeing so many people that's impacted by mental health challenges. So we want to make sure that people get information. I mean, if you have the information, you kind of know what to look for. Others know what to look for their loved ones or whatever. So this information to me is just so very helpful, and we need it. So is there anything else you would like to say before we get out of here, Carmella?
No, I guess I can let everybody know how to reach me. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to carmellajohnson.com. Let me make sure I put that right, y'all. Also, I'm on Instagram as Carmella Rochelle Arise. Mella. Is that me? Oh, okay. Is that grandbabies in the background?
No, you good.
So, if you want to reach me on Instagram, you can reach me at Carmella Rochelle Arise. That's Carmella, Rochelle, Rochelle, Arise, Arise. If you want to reach me on Facebook, you can go to Carmella Rochelle, Carmella, Rochelle, Rochelle. If you want to reach me at my website, find out more about me. Let me see what I have that as, you guys, because I don't know if it was Carmella Rochelle or Carmella Johnson. I didn't have so many websites. Let me see. CarmellaRochelle.com. Hey, it's CarmellaRochelle.com. Okay, so you can reach me at CarmellaRochelle.com just to learn more about me. Yeah, and I'm here. DM me, people. DM me, and I got you on Facebook or on Instagram.
All right, sounds wonderful. Thank you again so much. And reach out. You see that she has it going on. She has it going on. So please reach out. Yes. And again, as I stated, she will be back.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Like and follow, and we will see you back soon, right here with Coach Deborah.
Yes. So again, thank everyone for tuning in. And we will be back Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Let's Talk About It. And my guest is my sis, Carol Crockett. We will be here. So please join us Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. Remember, Thursday, we'll see you. And then the guys, the second Saturday, the guys will be on at 9:30 a.m. for Conversation with the Guys. So enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks again for tuning in. And thanks, Carmella, so much.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.